Hello everyone, welcome back to IT Investigators. I'm Eddie, I'm a photographer, and this is Genghis Chan. So remember last time where Genghis Chan, he actually talked about the AI? So today I'll be talking about how do we identify if the AI is really intelligent or not.
Interesting.
So to identify whether AI is truly intelligent, we use something called a Turing's test.
Another test.
Yes, it's another test. So Turing's test is actually invented by Alan Turing in 1950s. So this guy is a brilliant computer scientist. So at the time, computer was just created. But then this guy, he already predicted this piece of matter, this line of code, will one day become obtain intelligence. So he invented something called a Turing's test. In this research paper called Mind, a Quarterly Review of Psychology and Philosophy, under Computing, Machinery and Intelligence. So this is how a Turing's test will look like. So basically there will be 3 rooms. So the first room will be the computer, the second room will be a human, and the third room will be you, the tester. So you'll ask a question, and computer and the human will both give an answer. So so it's testing you whether can you differentiate which answer is by the human or which answer is by the robot. And the criteria for a AI or machine to be considered as intelligent is to be able to fool 30% of the participants.
30%, but shouldn't that be higher? Or is 30% high enough?
30% by Alan Turing, he thinks is high enough. Okay, so to make this more interesting, I'll use a movie called Ex Machina to talk about the Turing test.
Is it Deus Ex Machina?
No. I'll talk about the Deus Ex Machina later. So in this movie, there's actually a full 6 session of Turing tests where Nathan, which is the guy who created the AI, tested Caleb. So before I actually start introducing the movie, like what editor said, why is there a term called Deus Ex Machina?
Deus is 2, right?
No.
It's Latin, it's a bit different.
Yes. So it actually comes from the olden day Greece. You know, last time they have their plays, right? Like they will make it so complicated that they don't know how to end it. So party A come in, party B come in, party C come in, all the different parties killing each other, then they don't know how to end. So there will be a god that comes up, that clears everything. And that technique is called a Deus Ex Machina.
Like
So
something unexplainable, right?
it's not like something unexplainable, it's a forceful happy ending.
It's a force majeure lah.
So later on, you see whether you can understand how come this movie got the name Ex Machina. So now let me bring in the movie itself. So the movie is essentially about 3 person or two people and 1 AI.
3%, 1 AI.
So Nathan is the genius in this movie. So basically, this smart Alex, he actually wrote their world's most popular search engine at 13 years old, and it's called Blue Book.
Seems familiar.
I wonder who
what
they
Blue Book
plagiarized
refer
from.
to.
I wonder, it must be Yahoo. And Caleb is actually one of the coders or IT engineers in the Blue Book company that's working for Nathan. So in this event, actually, they actually have a lucky draw. So they are drawing for names and different prizes. So Caleb, he actually very luckily got the first prize. But it's kind of useless though, which is to be able to go live with Nathan for like maybe 1 week.
Wow.
That's the first prize.
So you live with your boss.
Wow, what an honor. I'd be so honored to know.
It's something like the logic of the lunch with you. Like if I can get one little tip from you, then my whole life will be settled.
Like the one lunch with Warren Buffett.
Something like that. Okay, another reason is also because this Nathan, he got some problem. He made a lot of money from the company, obviously.
Yeah.
But this guy, instead of living in New York, he decided to live in the jungle. Yeah, so he actually doesn't really see a lot of people much. Even the president of their world, Can't even get to see him regularly.
Okay lah, at least he's in touch with nature, I guess.
But he
He
must
hasn't
be,
lost
I
his
guess he's a
touch.
little eccentric lah.
I mean, the explanation he gave was like he have a lot of secretive, dangerous inventions he have.
Who
So
knows,
it's
maybe
like-
he's a serial killer in hiding.
Maybe. Okay, so this brings in like one of the most important context that this movie gives. So you know he lives alone in his forest bungalow, right?
Yeah.
That's very dangerous. Correct. Because I mean, if I see someone kind of harm me, I can't even call for helicopter. Helicopter come here take 3 hours. So
Easy, yeah.
the problem, so this guy actually invented something called the security protocol. So in the event of a power shortage or a power cut, then all the doors will be locked. Here is this context is a very important thing that makes the whole story flow later on. So basically, our Caleb, very lucky, he got the first prize, and he was shipped to the forest bungalow.
Shipped.
Yes. And you know, the funny part is, even with the helicopter doesn't even land in the mansion itself. It lands like a few miles away and Caleb has to walk all the way to the mansion.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Wait, then how does Nathan even go back to his house? Does he do the same
He
thing?
probably just stuck there forever.
Oh my god.
So here, I need to bring in another concept called Turing Test 2.0.
What the-
You know, last time the Turing Test say, I'll block off so no one can see no one in the test. But in the Turing Test 2.0, which is the one introduced in the movie, you can actually see the AI. The tester can actually see the AI.
How?
So will you still think that the AI is an AI or a human?
I mean,
So I can see your robot, I can see your wires flowing through, I can see your metal body.
but
But
AI
after
is different
looking-
from a robot though.
Oh, I mean the AI is a program that you put inside a robot and the robot can move. Okay, so that's how it works. So if I can see your metal body, I can see all your nonsense going on in your body, all the wires, will I still think that you are human after I see how I answer the question?
Wow, that is a huge test.
People will think it's impossible, right? But the funny part is, yeah, sure.
Yeah, wasn't Caleb a sim for the robot?
I'll talk about it. So now let's bring in the 6 sessions. So session 1 is like the first time they met. So Caleb is like,
The first date.
this guy, this robot looks a bit dangerous. Who knows, will this guy smash the glass and come over and kill me?
But it's normal, it's like Terminator, yeah.
Yeah, so it was quite awkward, but there's quite an interesting touch where the movie put in. So it's about birthday. So after these two persons ask each other some retarded questions about, oh, where you live, what's your name, they asked about birthday. So Ava asked, would you like to know how old I am? And of course Caleb cannot say no, right? Can't take that, say no, how to continue the conversation. So he said yes. And the answer Ava gave was 1. So regardless how Caleb asked, he just said 1. 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, 1 century, I don't know, but just 1.
Wow.
So basically, this brings the idea about birth and death. So AI and humans actually don't really quite understand the concept of birth and death. Like when's your birthday? Who told you? How do you know your birthday is on that day? It's because people tell you your birthday is on that day. But do you know that you are born on that day? Do you get a concept of birth? Does it count that when you are birthed, when you are conceived in your mom's womb? Or does it count that when you are birthed, when you are extracted from your mom's womb?
Just the current one we're going by. I think.
So here's the interesting concept that this movie brings in. And the fun fact is, you know, in Africa, a lot of people there don't even get they don't have phones, so they can't keep track of the date.
Yeah.
So they don't even know how old they are.
Oh.
So how they track is they plant a tree when they're born. The parents plant a tree for them. So when they die, someone will count the tree, count the spiral inside to see how old you are.
Sure.
Accurate. This is a very accurate way to do it.
Yeah, because trees have like these rings around the trunk. Okay,
So-
some trees don't have, but most species of trees have them. So it's quite an accurate way to like see how old you are if you cut.
Yeah, it's
trees.
pretty accurate. So the session 2 is where the fun begins. So at the start it was just normal conversation. Hey, Jaffa boy. Then everything is fun. Until the power cut came. That's the first power cut in the movie. remember when I said the power cut came, all the doors will be locked.
Yeah.
So they are locked inside the room. So Caleb was like, crap, what is this robot going to do to me? Right? Locked inside the room. Then there's just one thin glass separating them. Like, wow, stress. Then Ava is like, don't trust Nathan. You know, inside the mansion with only, let's just say 3 people, Nathan, Caleb and Ava. If I can't trust Nathan, then who can I trust? Of course it's Ava. So this is when you can start to get a glimpse of the true intelligence.
Of AI, yeah.
Eh, but what's the intention?
Hard to say.
Hard to say, huh? So session 3 is where the pedo part start to escalate.
Okay.
So this session, Ava asked Caleb, can I put on my favorite dress? Not something you expect from typical robot, but okay. And after that, Ava asked Caleb another 5 questions. And the first 4 not important. The fifth one, the last one, is the most important one. She asked, would you like to be with me?
Wow, that was fast.
So session 2, don't trust Nathan. Start to shift the trust from Nathan to Ava. Then session 3, start putting on dress, attract Caleb. And now, would you like to be with me? Now where this story starts to go start to be clearer, right? So here let's bring in a break, conventional break. Move away from the sessions. Here's there's a very interesting scene. So basically Nathan showed Caleb his favorite artwork, which is this pile of mess.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know why it's an artwork, but it is an artwork. So the reason why why Nathan liked this is because this is similar to how the brain of the AI is made. Okay, so basically he made something called a wetware.
Mm-hmm.
So a wetware is basically like a pile of slime.
Okay.
It's different from hardware, it's different from software. And when Caleb asked him, what is this?
So is that
How does it work?
So is that dryware?
I don't know. Nathan said he don't know. He don't know how the thing he made works. It's something like this drawing. It's completely random. It's like there's no pattern to follow inside the wetware. Everything is random, like this artwork. And this is Nathan showing him how AI works. It's like your brain. You don't know how your brain works. So here is when Nathan started to find trouble. Okay. So Nathan told Caleb that Ava, the version of Ava that he is being tested with now, will be reprogrammed after the test to make a better Ava. And here is where, Nathan started to see, Caleb started to see how Nathan actually treats some of the AI. So inside the place, there's Nathan, Caleb, and Ava, right?
Yeah.
There's actually a 4th AI. It's called Hyoko. It's like the main type of character in this movie. So basically, he just serves Nathan and get abused by Nathan. So here is another important part for later on.
Okay.
So next is the session 6. It's the last session. And it's the most important session. So in this session, Caleb told Ava to kill Power at 10 p.m. and activate the security protocol and tell Ava that he will make Nathan drunk and steal the keycard and escape with her.
Biggest simpler ever. Biggest simpler.
So how do I jump from do you like to be with me to session 6? I steal the keycard, I run away with you. There's actually some intermediate. So that one of the intermediate is how Kyoko got abused. Then the other intermediate was that Ava showed Caleb how he was tested by Nathan. Like you just whack, they test the durability. Experimentation is destructive in nature. For example, to test how durable a car is, I smash the car.
It's like Elon Musk's the Tesla.
Yeah. Like to test how durable the
Cybertruck.
glass is. To test how durable the Cybertruck glass is, I smash it. If it break, not durable. If it never break, durable. Yeah. So this destructive nature of experimenting, if it's on a machine, it's fine.
AI?
But at this point, Caleb actually doesn't take Ava as an AI anymore. Like, you know, the simping.
Yeah, it's just simp, bro.
Yeah, it's like simp. Okay. So basically now it's like, oh, how can you do this to a human?
Mm.
How can you do this to my future lover?
So not happy lah. That's why I plan this escape plan. So here is when like Nathan start to show his intelligence. He's like, you see, actually, you know, when a power cut, all the security cam cannot work already, right? But this guy very smart. He installed another security cam that is run by batteries, not affected by power cut.
Wow, so smart.
So basically, Nathan told Caleb, I knew all your plans all along.
Wow.
This is to show you, you see, because why Ava is doing this. In a place where there's only 3 people, if I can't use Nathan to escape, I must use Caleb to escape. All the what I like you, I want to be with you, I love you, all fake one. It's just using Caleb so that she can escape.
Wow.
Because
Cold-hearted.
because it's normal one. Like if you are AI, if you are human, because the AI is almost like a human, and you are stuck in a room, you know there's outside world, but you can't get to it. Of course you'll be curious. Of course you want to get out. So if I can't use Nathan, I must use Caleb to get out. But you know, there's another reverse. You thought Nathan knew all this and would be able to stop this. Caleb came in and said, oh, you know, actually on day 5, which is the day before session 6, when I got you drunk, I already reprogrammed it. The security protocol. I don't need to wait until I get you drunk today. I did it yesterday already.
What kind of Matrix class shit is this?
It's interesting, okay? It's interesting. So you know on day 6, he told Ava, I will do this. But actually on day 5, he already did it. All prepared. But then when he realized, when Nathan told Caleb, Ava was using him, she was like, oh shit.
I planned for your anticipation or my anticipation.
I
You feel for
anticipated your anticipation.
don't want too many anticipation and oh no.
Yes.
Oh no. Anyways.
So basically, the power cut got triggered at 10 PM on the night. And Ava got out.
Oh.
And teamed up with Kyoko to kill Nathan and locked Caleb inside the room forever.
Wow.
And why Caleb got locked? Because the key card that Nathan gave him to move around doesn't have high enough permission to move around freely in the mansion. So he'll be stuck in that room for 3 days and he'll die of starvation. And of course Ava ended up entering the society. So that's how the test worked.
I guess it was quite successful.
Yeah, the AI was successful, but too successful.
Wait, so Nathan just ended up Caleb just really ended up getting stuck there forever.
Yeah, and just died there basically. Because there's no way to contact other people.
Then it isn't really a Deus Ex Machina though, because like there's no like forcefully happy ending.
Actually I also don't know why it's called Ex Machina. And this is where everything links up. Like why is there this security protocol? Why is there Kyoko getting attacked, abused in the first part? And it all links up to the end. Where Ava passed the Turing test, but killed the person that created her. Sad lah, huh? So I speculate why this movie got filmed is because in 2014, right, the first AI that passed the Turing test was created. It's called Eugene Guzman. I can go Google, I think it's available online. You can see his response to certain questions. Yeah, and in 2015 the film came out. And here is how the Turing test is taken and how to identify AI. And that's the end of today's topic. Hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.